Hmm. How's it going, everyone? Taxis Man here. I hope that you guys are having a good day. If you guys would please give this video a thumbs up if you guys do enjoy it. Subscribe, of course, if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, make sure you guys hit the bell notification button so you guys do not miss out on future videos or streams here on the channel. As always, if you guys have any movies, TV shows, or games you guys would like me to cover here on the channel, please let me know in the comments down below. And today, when I'm releasing this video, it is 9/11 2025. And we will be talking positives and negatives, talking about Zero Dark 30. The film came out in 2012. It is rated R, and it's almost a 3-hour movie. And I want to say off the bat, we're going to take a moment of silence for all those that perished on 9/11. Guys, this film is a must watch. The opening scene, with it just being a black blank screen and just listening to the 9/11 screams, the phone calls, the terror, it sets the stage perfectly, allowing the audience to realize that while this is slightly dramatized, it is still a very dark and a very serious film. I remember when I saw this movie in theaters, and I went and saw it by myself because no one else could see it with me at the time because of work scheduling. But people in the theaters in 2012 thought honestly that the movie was broken for the first few seconds. And I remember people walking out of the theater trying to tell the manager, hey, there's nothing on screen, something's wrong. But that's just how the movie was made. It was like, okay, you weren't supposed to be focusing on what was on screen. You were supposed to be focusing on the audio. And for the entire time I was in a theater in 2012 when this film came out and I was watching it, no one talked throughout the entire movie. It is such an intense film. No one talked because of how intense the action scenes were, the interrogation scenes are. The film is just gripping. You get pulled in to realizing what it took for America and her allies to finally locate Osama bin Laden. The manhunt, the time and energy and the resources that were used, and the moral lines that were crossed in order to accomplish that goal is really astounding. The film has a cast including Jessica C., Jason Clarke, Christian Pratt, and Mark Strong, just to name a few. And the film focuses on a dedicated operative that spends her young adult life hunting down Osama bin Laden, and eventually she figures out his location and allows the SEALs to go in and eliminate him. It's a very gripping, very well written, and full of suspense movie. It you never get to have a moment. There's not a scene in the movie that feels like it's just padding out the runtime. Every single scene, every single bit of dialogue has purpose, it has meaning. Now, it is a cinematic film, so there are certain aspects of the film that are dramatized to, I think, extend the runtime, which is okay for in my own opinion. But to me, um, the real life events that transpire in this movie is what really held me and kept my interest. And I think it'll keep your interest too if you haven't seen this film. Fabulous performances from everybody. It can be difficult at times to follow because of unfamiliar names, because there's so much Middle Eastern talk and whatnot. It can be kind of weird for a Western audience to understand what they're talking about and who they're talking about, unless you're a very diehard, quote unquote, nerd of the subject material. The film deals with tough questions about politics and how to attain information. Like I said, there is moral lines that are talked about and discussed. And, there's torture scenes in this film, and there's waterboarding in this film. And obviously now that stuff has been, you know, outlawed because it's unethical. But it does show you the ways in which America and her allies um, use torture in order to get information so they could find Osama bin Laden. So it is a drama story, but it is also a story about how terrorism changed America and honestly how 9/11 changed the face of the world. And it still affects us today. If you think that 9/11 has somehow magically just vanished into the background of obscurity, I think you're kind of blind and you're hiding in a bunker. 9/11 still, 2 decades later at the time of recording this video, it still impacts worldwide events. It has affected policy, security, people's view on certain people. Um, it has affected people's thought patterns of where I should go and where I shouldn't. It has instilled a certain level of fear. Now, I think the fear has died down, but I still think that 9/11 still holds weight in the world, and I don't think we ever should forget what happened on that day. It's a must watch, guys. While it is slightly traumatized, it is still a very educational film. Highly encourage you guys to check it out. With it, I'm going to give Zero Dark 30 a 9.5 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. Please have a good day, and I'll see you guys all in the next video or stream. Bye, guys.